what we're doing now. We're just gonna make stuff up. We're just gonna be off the cuff. It's just gonna be wild. And this is crazy because y'all are Cowboys fans, from what I understand. And what's even wilder is y'all gave it like the hard pause. Like y'all gave it like the, oh man, he about to say something profound. Like he's gonna drop the mic. He's gonna give us the knowledge of the Cowboys' first round draft selection history.
Send this to a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Is it true? Is it true? Is it true that the Cowboys have the best fans? Yes, sir.
I trip out on that. Because I'm swimming in it. I wear this jersey every first game. It's my favorite jersey.
Came from El Paso.
Go Cowboys!
Introducing your lineup for the Cowboy Up podcast. From Stop 6, Texas, the big fella, Dallas, Cowboy Chris. And from the 915, Cholo Town, 21, can you do something for me? Armando, 21, Armando. And from the capital city, my man, allow me to butt in sports, hook 'em, Rue. And from the great state of Arizona, and he's mic'd up, he's Mikey, 520.
What up, what up, what up? Cowboy fans, what's happening? 520 was running a little behind schedule, but we are here, the Cowboy Up podcast. And let me introduce the crew, even though you heard the introduction. My man from West Texas, the 915 Cholo Town, my man 21. Can you
Still
do
them boys,
something
baby.
for me? What's up, Mondo?
What's up, big fella? Rue, what's up, man? We still them boys, man. It's a dark and gloomy day, kind of. But yeah, still them boys, baby.
I feel you. And then my man from the capital city, down there in Austin, Texas. Let's hook them. Allow me to butt in sports. Rue. What's up, baby?
Man, I'm sick, but we gonna make it through, bro. Like everything is just. I hate this team right now so much. I hate this team.
Hey, well, let's start it off right. Here we go. We're gonna start it off right.
Anything known to man to get in a Super Bowl. That's a fact. And there's nothing in my mind that can have a higher priority than that. But the thing that means the most to me and I care about, and I could probably be anywhere in the world I want to be right now. I want to be here with our team.
With our team.
Oh, Cowboy fans, it's free agent season. Man, we're ready to talk about everybody that the Cowboys have signed. I know we're all excited about this. Rue, start it off, man. What you think about our signing period, bro?
We got us a long snapper. We restructured one player in Zach Martin and created a little under $2 million worth of cap space. I got a new signing too as well, guys. You know.
Yeah. There's
yeah.
Hey, is it? say, man. Look, I know I made TikTok videos about this, about our frustration, and it's real, man. Every Cowboy fan, man, is pretty frustrated about just sitting there and watching the parade instead of being into the parade. You know, when there's needs on our team and you see them out there that we can actually have the opportunity to pursue and get better as an organization and as a football team, and we literally sat there and did nothing. There's reports that the Joneses are on vacation, and they're chilling on the Bravo Eugenia, and it's frustrating, man, as Cowboy fans, and we're just like, bro. Uh, I heard Jay Tuck the other day basically say, "What has the Cowboys done since it hit 0-0 against Green Bay in the playoff game?" And I got to thinking.
That's a valid question.
I was really thinking. I mean, Jay made an excellent point. It's like, what have the Cowboys done to improve their team since the clock went 0-0 against the Green Bay Packers?
Took a vacation.
Fans, it's Cowboy fans. We sitting here and just really think about that question. And the answer is very simple. Because you ain't got to think long. They've done absolutely nothing. What you think, babe?
And I saw that post that Tuck put in, it got me thinking, and it was like, damn, we ain't done shit. We ain't done shit but sign a long snapper. We ain't restructured no contracts. Oh, we did restructure at Zach Martin's. So we did do that, but we ain't done shit, man. Free agency again, Cowboys did what Cowboys do, is not a damn thing. Left us hanging. They pushed the narrative of all in, and I don't see it. We figured, we see some guys on contract seasons. We see big numbers coming up. You figured, hey, this is the year. We got to do something. We got to give them, some. We got to give them, I'll put the chips all in, like John says. And there's nothing. You don't give us nothing. You see the holes, they ain't being patched up. Is the boat sinking? Are we just dumping out water, hoping, we're just, we're just dumping out water. Everybody, all the fans right here, just, we see the boat sinking. Everybody everybody grab your buckets and start throwing out that water. We ain't patching up no holes. I'll tell you that. So it's frustrating. It's frustrating, big fella. It's frustrating as Cowboy fans. You go out, you see the merch, you see it everywhere. You look at behind the big fella. Look at Rue got the jersey signed. We were out here buying the merch. And it gives you that man. It's really about the money. And F the fans, fuck the fans. We ain't gonna give them nothing. Y'all could have gave us a low budget running back. We would have been good. Something. Y'all ain't give us nothing. And nothing. It's like, man, it's tough, big fella. It's tough.
Rue, you already said you were upset. I'm ready. I'm ready to hear it, baby.
I've lost my mind over this, and I'm going to try to stay as cool as I possibly can be. But the bottom line is, man, when I was here this time last season and they weren't making moves, I really wasn't concerned because I didn't feel like this team had a lot of holes in it. I was confident when my O-line could do. They did their job this past season. I was confident in my defense throughout the first 8 games. They looked like the best defense in the league. I was confident in the fact of what I had weapon wise because we didn't know what we had with Cooks. I was confident that I was going to get another good year out of CD, which I did. He finished second in every category that you can have as a wide receiver in this league. This year, I'm pissed. I'm pissed because it just shows the lack of leadership, the lack of community, the lack of everything of substance that you need for a team to have. This team don't have it. This team don't have it because this year I've lost Tyron Smith. He gone. I lost Tony Pollard. He gone. We don't have any running backs. We have no running backs. We have Deuce Vaughn. We're going to survive 17 games with Deuce Vaughn by himself?
What about Lukey?
I don't think so.
We got Lukey, who we haven't seen.
Lukey and Deuce Vaughn is who I have at running back right now. Rico gone, Tony gone. So when I'm looking at this, it just shows the fact that, and you know what's funny to me is that I got so wrapped up. My buddy pointed this out to me earlier. He said he heard it on the ticket. I didn't realize that it's not necessarily just Dak that we could restructure and do something with. You had no plan, no sense of urgency coming into free agency whatsoever, because if we were ever going to make a move, we were going to have to make the cap space available to make a move. And you could restructure Trayvon Diggs. You can restructure Terrence Steele. You can restructure DeMarcus Lawrence. You can restructure multitudes of guys on this team before you even get to Dak Prescott, to at least go out and get us a linebacker, to at least go out and get us interior defensive linemen, to at least go out and get us a defensive end when you've lost Dorrance Armstrong and Dante Fowler within this 24 hours. You did absolutely nothing. You've been sitting on your hands doing the mannequin challenge on your private jet. It makes no sense. The mannequin challenge was perfect because it literally describes everything that you've done this entire offseason. Nothing. There's no accountability. And what's worse is all we keep hearing is everybody's getting paid. Everybody's getting paid, y'all. Micah's going to get paid. CD's going to get paid. Dak Prescott's going to get extended and get paid. What have they done to deserve to be the top paid players in the entire league on that consistent basis? And I understand it's next man up. And when you have what you have at certain positions, you pay for that guy. You do what you do. But what have they done in the big moments, in the playoffs, in games where you have to show us what your medal really is in this division? This division was wide open this year. This was the year to go to the Super Bowl. It was the youngest it's ever been. You've had the senior quarterback on this side of the bracket. It is written for you, and it was even given to you with the 2 seed. And this is what you've done in my offseason. You've done nothing. And the fact is, this team needs a GM, and a real GM whose ass is going to be on the line for every decision that he makes. While these guys are yucking it up, talking about, oh my God, what's his name? Taco was Steven's idea. Micah was my decision. That man is good as hell for a soundbite. That's about all he's good for since what we've seen in free agency. And one other thing, which really blew me away, because I was just like, and I hope it's accurate because I got it from a buddy of mine. Free agents that we've picked up in the last 10 years, half these dudes, it's hard to even remember. Chuma Adoba, James Washington, Keanu Neal, Everson Griffin, Randall Cobb, Alan Hearns, Nolan Carroll, Cedric Thornton, Greg Hardy, Henry Melton, and John Kitna. That goes all the way back to 2013. We haven't done anything. And
then why are you surprised?
Because it just drives me. It's not that I'm surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm just pissed because it's like, how can you even do this? How do you do this with a straight face? And we come back eating it up, yucking it up every year. And the only difference for me, at least last year, I didn't feel too bad about it because I really felt like my team was good. Michael Gallup coming off the injury, another year on that leg. We were hoping that he was going to jump back to what he was. We didn't have this many holes last year. This year, I can count all the holes. There's holes everywhere. Linebacker, D-line, running back, receiver. How many times are we going to go through this with them? And now you're doing just sitting on your hands, and I'm done. That's it. I'm done.
Welcome to the show, Mikey.
Hola.
This
is very amusing. It's very amusing. And I was amused on our thread, and we're doing cowboy things. What is new? Even how he referenced back Nolan Carroll, Alan Hearns, blockbusters. We haven't dipped into free agency pool since the biggest free agent that we got, biggest one, Deion Sanders. This is not the way our boss builds this team. We don't do that. We grow Cowboys. And I've always put this stat on, and it's an amazing stat. Since 2015, we have drafted and made the most professional football players. There's actually Cowboys that are in free agency that we've let go, that got to the teams that are getting signed by the teams. So that's what the Cowboys do. I don't know why you guys expect that, especially with the big numbers that the number one wide receiver in the league, considering the numbers, the points he put up, and he was the first team All Pro, is going to get paid. And then Mr. Micah Blockbuster turned off the Micah himself. And our quarterback needs an extension. I don't know where you think we're going to get this money to get these guys. And what are they going to do? Excuse me, dang, Dr. Peppers. What are they thinking to do? They're going to use the Cowboys to leverage and get more money. But what did you want? I didn't want none of these running backs.
I didn't either. But there's still pieces out there that we could get. There's still linebackers.
My bad. I want Grover. Nobody's gotten Grover yet. I want Grover. I want the great value Chris Jones. And that's what we're going to get. We're going to get the third tier guys, the guys that we need to plug in, because there's big personalities and big players on this team. And I told you this, what Dan Quinn was going to do. I told you Dante Fowler was going to be a commander. I told you Dorrance Armstrong was going to be a commander. The one that I didn't think was going to be a commander was Jordan Lewis. And that's all you, big man. Because I know that was salt. That was ball sweat to your mouth, because that didn't taste too good. I didn't see Jordan Lewis going to the Commanders. And that's the impact that he had, cherry picking our team. But Jordan Lewis, it's 1 year too early than 1 year too late. That if them taking Jordan Lewis was something, an option, then I feel good about them getting Stephon Gilmore again, because they're getting Stephon, Trey's coming back, and we got Deron Bland. So we need to relax a little bit. We're not a part of the big dogs, but we're not a big dog getting team, and we didn't have room in our cap. The Charmanders had room on their damn cap.
Listen, we have players that we can restructure outside of Dak Prescott that would create more than 30, 40 million. They talked about it on the ticket today. There's literally like half a dozen other guys that we could restructure and do something about to get ahead of this situation. I thought the first domino that had to fall was Dak Prescott. That is literally all I've been waiting on, because nothing moves without that chip. You're right. We only have $2 million against the cap, but there's pieces that they could move to do that.
And Rube, this Dak Prescott's going to be like that one lemon that they're going to squeeze out the juice with for the headlines until training camp. I bet you, because Jerry Jones gives a shit about the headline and that bottom, and that everybody has their D in their mouth. Because this is talking about Dak headlines part 2. As much as we're talking about free agents, in every freaking show, they're doing a spotlight of Dak extension. Every show, even though we're fucking sick of it. This is Jerry Jones doing Jerry Jones things. It's as much as frustrated you could get. It's like it's not. It's just.
Let me ask you this, Mike. Didn't you want to see one hole patched up, or we just keep chucking out the water?
No, I think we're gonna get the third tier guys. Like I told you, I want Grover Stewart. That's my guy. Nobody's got him yet. My heart hasn't broken completely yet. That's the dude I want. Still Connor Williams is still out there. I think they're really banking on Hoffman. I really think they like what they see in Hoffman, and they could ride with Hoffman if we don't get somebody in. The crazy thing that there's an abundance of linemen in the draft and wide receivers in the draft, and there's a lot of plug and play guys. I don't know if you saw it, Armando, but Mondo 11-21 fit 5. Laid it down last week. Got me feeling good. Got me feeling good. But where I'm with Chris, the biggest gap and the biggest worry is middle linebacker. And we're seeing them go, and the biggest one we wanted is gone. That hurt, but can you pull up the linebackers list and who's still available? Let's look at that, because I think that's the biggest hole we have, the biggest need that we have.
The biggest thing I saw was Devin White, Willie Gay.
You got Devin White
at linebacker. That was as far as I got.
Yeah, Eric Kendricks is a buzzword. The dude that the Dolphins just released, that they didn't settle terms with, that's a possibility. We weren't going to get Christian Wilkins. We weren't.
Let me see.
For what they paid for him, we weren't going to get him.
let me name it, Mikey. So it's Devin White, Eric Kendricks, Josie Jewell, Bobby Wagner, Levante David. You got Devin Bush, Denzel Perryman, Oren Burks, Tyler Matovich, Ezekiel Turner, Zach Cunningham, Neville Hewitt, Shaq Leonard. I think Shaq Leonard's gone already. Willie Gay Jr., Kawan Alexander, Jared Davis, and Blake Martinez.
Blake Martinez, CDO, great. Hey, trading Pokemon from Tucson, baby.
All right. Well, I got a rebuttal to Mikey's speech. It was quite long. I enjoyed it, but I got a rebuttal. As Cowboy fans, when we were winning the big game, when we needed players, we went and got them. So when you sit there and you think you got a Super Bowl caliber team and you standing pat because you say you don't have the money, where the hell is Philadelphia getting the money from? Where the hell are the Texans getting the damn money from? Okay, where did the Niners go get their money from to get their big name players? When you have the opportunity to improve your freaking team, bro, you do whatever you got to do to improve the damn team with the veteran players. Of course, I know right now the Cowboys is on this kick about we're going to draft players and we're going to fill them in and then we're going to pay them cheap. Well, they had that opportunity when they had Zeke and Dak on rookie deals and they didn't do shit about it. So that's what I'm saying. When you sit there and you say the Cowboys didn't have the money, the Cowboys got the damn money. Rue just told you how they have the damn money. Okay. And when you sit there and you say you didn't want none of those damn running backs, I don't believe that. The reason why I don't believe that, because last year we kept begging for Derrick Henry so he could improve our damn running game. Okay. We begged for him. So twice he was available and the Cowboys did nothing. Okay. Say you don't want Derrick Henry. You had Jones sitting there.
Jones gone. Was intriguing to me.
Okay. Then you had even Singletary from Houston. He was sitting there. He's on. So, man, look, man, the Cowboys had
by all accounts, you could at least kept Tony on the cheap.
Yeah. So Cowboys had opportunity after opportunity to improve their team. That's the frustrations that the Cowboys have. So don't give us these opportunities in the fucking 90s. And then when you come back in the 2000s and we're looking for you to make opportunities so our team can get back to the pinnacle and you fucking sit there and do nothing. That's what Cowboy fans are frustrated about, Mikey. And that's what I'm rebutting to you about this, okay? That's what we are frustrated about, because if we're not going to make no fucking moves and we're going to rely on our rookies like we did last year and none of them fucking planned out, Schoonmaker, and he was an inch short. That's all I got to say, bro.
But the examples that you give with the Texans and the Niners, you kind of went around and they spoke for themselves, because what? CJ Stroud is on a rookie deal. You got Mr. Irrelevant on a rookie deal, and that's how they could afford all the talent around them. But there's still a lot of good players. Chase Young is still out there. Hey, dude, Grover Stewart is my dog. And that's my dog. That's my dog in the race. When we don't get him, then you could do I told you so. And when they did this was in a long time ago when there wasn't no salary cap. The last one they did under the salary cap was Deion Sanders. That was the last one. I
got another rebuttal. You bring up Chase Young. Do we need a fucking defensive end, or do we need a left tackle, or do we need a middle linebacker?
I think the left tackle situation is going to be a draft situation. I don't see us getting anybody on the market. You saw what the Eagles paid for their right guard. Oh, that's kind of ridiculous for a B- type guard. Like they're paying out of their pocket, but that's not working out for them now, is it? They might have made it to the Super Bowl, but they didn't win it, did they?
Hey, welcome, my man. Cowboy Corner. I know you always gonna have a different opinion between all of us, brother. Hey man, what are you thinking about this free agents period? The Cowboys.
And real quick, don't think I'm not pissed off about it. because it annoys the shit out of me too. Jerry saying he's all in exacerbates all of us. All of us. That's what pisses off more this year. I'm sorry, Corner.
Oh, don't apologize. This is you guys' show. Thanks for having me on here. And so Jerry's all-in comment came at a time where Cowboy fans were really mad. And Jerry had to say something to pull people back in. All Jerry did was the classic salesman talk. And it was one line. We're going all in. We're not building for the future. People gravitated to that like the moon and the earth. It was just and it's still orbiting, and it means nothing, and it meant nothing when Jerry said it. It only means something when Steven's singing the same accord, when Mike McCarthy's singing the same accord, and Jerry Jones is singing the same accord. And so when that happens, then I believe it. But when Jerry said that, nobody should have believed it because it was at a time where Cowboys were still going through it. Mikey was still hiding. All right, when Jerry Jones said that. So when you look at the broad scheme of things when it comes to free agency,
called his ass out.
Depression and hiding are two fucking different things, man.
So when you look at
well done.
It's like
nice. Did I get the first drop? I got the fucking first drop.
So when you look at free agency, it's, as somebody that's been talking about these Cowboys online for 10 years now, it's one of those things where there's 10 years ago when DeMarcus Ware got released, Henry Melton was our big agent signing then, right? And so you look at Nolan Carroll, Dontarian Poe, James Washington, a lot of people named off. It's like George Selvey, right? Jeremy Mincy. What happened?
He was solid.
What was because of Rod Marinelli? What happens here is Will McClay gets a lot of credit where it doesn't belong. That's what's wrong. And Jerry, Steven, and Will McClay, they really believe their process. And you know why they believe their process? Because they drafted Micah, they drafted CD, they got Trayvon Diggs. They drafted Dak Prescott in the 4th round. They got Deron Bland in the 5th round. They stole David Irving off the practice squad from the Packers, right? So when you look at all that success, they build that armor up and they use that. We don't need free agents. We got Brendan Carr. Yes, he was serviceable, but he wasn't a playmaker. So we don't need to go down that road anymore.
Was that the last one?
Yeah,
was that the last one?
That was the last one.
And that hurt. And what do they call him? Brandon Used Car.
Yeah, he got burnt toast. And so when you look at the grand scheme of things as a Cowboys fan, there's no reason to get angry. There's really no reason to even entertain it because they've done this now, and for 3 years, let's just use the last 3 years, and they went 12-5. So they're gonna get a linebacker. It ain't gonna be the linebacker we want, but it's gonna be that bridge player. When you play Madden, you go sign free agents. What does it say? Playmaker, bridge player, whatever.
Shit, I turned off the salary cap.
Those bridge players, right? So then those bridge players come draft picks. What hurts the Cowboys right now the most is this past draft class was so insufficient to the roster.
That's right on.
That's why there's a panic mode because there's a lot of voids and there's not a lot of draft picks to fill those voids. But free agency is going to come. You just got to wait 2 more weeks. That's it, but it's going to come, and they're going to get the draft, and then in training camp, they're going to evaluate it, and they might throw a couple of next year's picks at a couple of the players, or they might steal some players off people's roster who gets cut here in August.
So John it's not over. Talking to you, Corner. John Center's talking to you.
Week 1 is not here yet. Yeah, that's right. They sure do. That's
right. That's right.
So week 1's not here yet. Let's see what the roster looks like week 1. This is the NFL New Year ain't even here yet, guys.
Shout out my
Week
boy
one's
Corey,
a
man. My boy
long
Corey
ways
gives me a
away.
little peace of mind. He helps me bring it down a little bit. He gets me a little, I'm like, all right, okay, we good, man.
he just did some damage control. He just
That's it,
did it,
man.
man.
He
But
sold
the
me.
thing is, where I came in and I came swinging on y'all because I want to save you for some things you already know. You know what I mean? Like you know what she is. You know what she is, dude.
You can't
Why are you
get mad when you
surprised?
pick
If
Cookie
you
Clinton.
know what she is, you know she's gonna act like her.
Yeah.
Why are you surprised? Like why? Why? And I get it. Because we bit into that all. Like I said, that going all in. Oh,
At a time
bullshit, the
when we were
biggest lie
most
ever. I'm gonna change. Ain't gonna happen no more. Bullshit.
And it's true. And like Carter said, at the time when we were all feeling down and depressed off that Green Bay loss,
Vulnerable.
we were vulnerable. Got me vulnerable. He took advantage of me, man.
He did.
He
And
got
you know what
rude.
I did?
He got rude.
I laughed, I
Hook,
chuckled, and
line,
I
and
kept watching
sinker,
the interview.
baby.
What's that?
Well, I don't think he just got rude. But I'm like this. Okay, I understand what you're saying, Corner. I understand what you're saying, 21. I understand what you're saying, Mikey. But this is my point. Okay, you know, like how me and Corner have a disagreement about Dak Prescott, right? But we still want the same outcome. We want to win the fucking Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, he wants to be wrong more than he likes being right.
But what I'm saying is there's opportunities to improve your team. When you have opportunities and you sit there and you do nothing, that's the frustrating part. Okay, you can give me all the Jerry speech, you can give me all the reasonings why they don't do this and do that. Hey, when you got pulled over for speeding, you gonna tell him, hey man, I had to hurry up and get to work, but you still gonna get that fucking ticket, right?
Got one in El Paso.
So I'm just like this, man. You gotta take advantage of opportunities. Rue, what do you think? Are the Cowboys just not taking their opportunities that's in front of them, or what are they doing, man? Help me get off that ledge.
I think our system is old and outdated. I think the fact that our GM has no sense of accountability whatsoever for the decisions that he makes for this team. The fact that Jerry just gets to do whatever he wants, it doesn't help us. It doesn't. And the fact is, man, I know that we haven't made these moves in the last 10 years. I know that we don't make moves in free agency. But the fact is, dude, yeah, we've been 12-5, but we were a complete 12-5. We were more whole than we are now. We have a lot of holes now. Everybody around us is going to get better. The Commanders are going to get better if they don't screw up all this cap space and the draft capital that they have and all the extra money. If they don't screw it up with Dan Quinn, because I think that's really the only mistake that they made. They should have gone offensive. They shouldn't have gone with Dan Quinn. They're going to get better. And they have the cap space and the availability and the draft pick and the draft stock to do it. The Giants, they're going to draft another quarterback. They're probably going to continue on to be a dumpster fire because it doesn't make sense what they're trying to do when they've already signed Daniel Jones. And the Eagles, regardless of anything, they're starting to get whole again too. They just got back CJ Gardner-Johnson. If Saquon has a CMC kind of turnaround and has a healthy season, he'll be well worth
I think they overspent for him, frankly.
They did overspend.
They overspent for a running back.
But either way,
can I go back to that big old report
if it pans
you
out
did
for
last
them and he actually works out, that could change life for them. Get them back to the run game that they were so successful with.
They had a good running game with Swift, but they went away
lived and
from
died
it.
by the running game. They lived and died by the running game for a long time, and then they got away from it the second half of the season. It really didn't make any sense. They got it completely away from their identity. I say all that to say this. This team being stale and stagnant is ridiculous. And the fact is, we had the availability in contracts to restructure outside of Dak Prescott, who you basically have to make a decision for, that we could have created the cap space and do it. We don't even have enough cap space to draft our rookies. We're going to have to make some moves at some point. There's only $2 million available against the cap. They could have restructured Trayvon Diggs, Terrence Steele, DeMarcus Lawrence. There's multiple players that they could have gone out and restructured again and made the room available to do what needed to be done for all the holes that you've lost on this team. You've lost pieces everywhere on this roster. Our center, our tackle, our running back. We were light at linebacker already. We were light at receiver already. And we're talking about getting rid of Michael Gallup. Like, what are we even doing?
Yeah, what they told him, hey, you go out and you go pursue a trade. Who's gonna trade for Michael Gallup? They're gonna wait till he get released. They're gonna wait till he get released, man.
Yeah, but you know that's the NFL now. That's what they'll wait because they know they don't want you. They know it messes your cap. And oh, howdy, dog. They're gonna wait till they release him. But you know what? I think you guys are putting too much blame on Jerry Jones, frankly. I don't think this is Jerry. I think this is Steven. I think this is Steven didn't want Deion Sanders. You remember, Steven is the one that almost put Jerry in a chokehold when he was controlling the cap. I think it's more Steven than Jerry. I swear, being frugal in the free agency. I really think so because Jerry is the plunger. Jerry was the guy taking risks. Jerry's the dumbass that traded for Roy Williams. That's Jerry. I think this is more Steven and the way they stand back and their philosophy about free agency and how they keep and acquire their players. I think this is more Steven's domain and Steven's stewardship taking it forward.
The bottom line is, man, this team needs a GM, a real GM. A real guy.
He is the real GM.
Bullshit. And if he
our scouting department, what we do is ridiculously good. It's good. It's one of the best. No, you forget we won 12 games in the last 3 years.
36.
36 games, almost 40 games. Almost 40 times you went to work happy, not hearing nobody's bullshit. But y'all forget about that. And having spectacular wins. As much as we had shit losses, we've had spectacular wins. Talk to Sneaky motherfucking G how you fucking opened up the season.
Oh. So, okay, let's get back to what you said. You said it's not Jerry. It's Steven. Okay. So to me, a Jones is a Jones. They all look alike. They all act alike. I don't give a damn which Jones you say fault it is. It's a fault, bro.
Looks like a duck, walks like a duck.
Yeah.
I know Edgar, and that one Edgar.
What you gonna say? Hey, hold on. We give Dak Prescott all the smoke, but you ain't gonna give Jerry Jones the smoke.
Yeah,
it ain't Jerry Jones' fault.
Bro.
Come on, man, that's bullshit.
I ain't saying it's fault.
Like Jerry couldn't just pull the trigger if he really wanted to. Like, come on, bro. Am I really supposed to buy that?
Dude,
Am I really supposed to buy that?
We got dudes to sign. I'm sorry. They've drafted ridiculously well. Paying Michael Parsons, paying CD Lamb, they paid Terrence Steele. Like, where, dude? And then freaking what? Zach Martin just got us last year. Like, and he's moved money. We're doing well and getting players. It happened. It happened. And you know who's supposed to be the plus multiplier in this? And Cowboy Corner's gonna be loving this shit? Dak motherfucking Prescott.
So he's the what? Dak Prescott's the who?
He's the one by his talent and how much he's getting paid is supposed to make up for all the holes that we have.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Jerry said it at a press conference, a training camp. Your top 10% of your cap hit has to be able to contribute to this football team. That was calling out Dak. That was calling out Tyron Smith, the availability, best ability. But one thing I want to piggyback on with Rue here is Michael Gallup's money isn't, and it's a post June 1 thing, because if you cut him now or you trade him now with today's day, it only save $800,000. So everything has to, with Michael Gallup, everything has to be designated post June 1. And circle back to the NFC East that you brought up. Eagles offensive coordinators who? Kellen Moore. Who doesn't like to run the football? Kellen Moore. So who's always hurt? Saquon Barkley. I'm glad the Eagles got him. That doesn't do anything. All you do is take out Swift and put in a more injured player in Barkley. I'm not scared of that. The Giants, you're correct. Dumpster fire. The Commanders, they had $87 million, and what did they do with it? They signed every ex-corner, our Cowboys player that we didn't even want.
And they overpaid for him. Like what we paid for Fowler.
And so when I look at the East and I look at what we've lost and I looked at what we could potentially gain, Dallas Cowboys is still number one in the NFC East.
So corner, are you telling me that the Eagles didn't improve their team?
No, the Eagles didn't improve their team when they signed Kellen Moore, and when they extended Hurts, and when they just dropped Swift for Barkley. They did not improve their team at all. And then their corner Johnson, CJ, what's his name?
Didn't he come off an ACL?
Yeah, Gardner.
Gardner. He ain't gonna be the same player he was 2 years ago when they lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Last time I checked, Gardner was playing against the Lions. Was he there with the Lions lineup when CeeDee Lamb had 200 yards?
I think he got hurt. He was hurt. He was out.
CeeDee Lamb put him in the blue tent.
And not to mention they lost Kelsey.
And they lost their center. And then the right tackle, trust me, I'm not scared of the Eagles. I can't wait to play those fraudulent bastards.
Let's see how that quarterback sneak works without Kelsey.
They could tush push all day long. Dak Prescott's going to put 40 on him. It's in the Bible.
Dude, he's talking good about Dak Prescott. You're scaring me.
When it comes to my Cowboys, I will talk out to Dak when I want. When it comes to other people, Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the NFC East. And I see Birdman in the comments section, so I need to let him know that we're still daddy in the East.
Yeah, let him know.
First repeat since 2003, damn it.
And you guys are valid with your frustrations. Like I'm not saying you guys are ridiculous for it at all. I'm just like,
no, but the problem with me, man, is the holes keep adding up. That's really the issue with me. It's not like left tackles just fall out of the damn sky. It's not like
we drafted him 2 years ago.
So are we ready to have Asim Richards just take it over? I mean, who are we talking about?
We're talking about Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith plays guard.
No,
and if you're going to do that, then who's playing guard?
And he was a tackle.
Who's playing guard?
And he was formidable. He was all rookie tackle. And you don't think he can transition to being a tackle? It all depends how the chips fall in the draft. What dictates if he's going to be a tackle or a guard? That's what's going to happen. And you know it. Relax.
You still have to replace the guard. You still have to replace your center. And I mean, if we're going with Hoffman, I don't remember looking. I didn't see a ton of Hoffman all season. So I mean,
you didn't hear it. Like we saw when he was in, he wasn't that bad.
I can't give you an honest opinion on
He was good. He's a good player, and all he's going to get is better, stronger, and bigger.
That's your new center.
Mm-hmm. So fine, you've answered your center. You've answered your center. You still have to replace your guard or your tackle, and these guys don't just fall out of the damn sky. They just don't.
Already have them,
you can try to convince me that they don't, that they do, but they don't.
But we got them.
Do you have all Josh Ball?
Everyone wanted
Linderbaum throughout the year.
Remember how much we wanted Linderbaum? We got him. He's in the building, as freaking Oprah likes to say.
Watch
in the building
as much as you can when he played. He played a lot. Watch TJ Bass.
Oh, TJ Bass.
Yeah, TJ's gonna get better. TJ's gonna be one of my favorite rookies. If any one rookie that we got could take another step, and it was actually a positive thing, was TJ Bass.
As much as I'd love to see Overshown on the other side, because if you're just going to address the O-line, we're just going to go. The answer is basically what you're telling me is we're going to go with what we got. I'll take it for what it is. We're going to see how it turns out in the season. When it comes to the linebacking core, we've had problems since last year, since the year before. What are we doing there? There were guys that we can go get, even Zimmer guys that are out there that we can go get. You talk about the bridge guys that aren't expensive. Kendrick is literally still out there. Like
Wagner.
Wagner's 34, man. 35.
Yeah,
But he could be a bridge guy. One more year.
That was another opportunity 3 years ago to get Wagner.
Like
we didn't do it.
I know.
Yeah, when we talked about this originally, like absolutely. Today,
I get it. I get
and
it.
there's other guys available. I mean, you talked about Devin White 2 weeks ago. I'm not against that either.
Yeah, it's like just he's what's our favorite word with linebackers? He's just a little light in the ass.
Not to mention, are we ready? And
but I'll take his speed.
As much as we got out of Darren Bland, and I'm not trying to diminish what he did in that season. He stepped up, showed up, and showed out. I'll give him that. But are we really going to trust him again for another full season? Are we thinking that this is going to continue? Because I'm telling you right now, towards the latter part of the year, who do we rely on? We relied on Gilmore. It wasn't so much Bland. We relied on Gilmore to take care of the one. So I know Trayvon's coming back, but Trayvon's coming back off of ACL.
And we got him in the building. That's another guy you're worried about what we got in the building. We got a Kwamu. We got the players. There's players.
Kwamu's
Remember our DB room.
Based on Kwamu.
Yeah. Whoa. Hold on now. Like
he could be the third. I'm just saying, dude, we got us giving up Jordan Lewis.
The secondary is not as big a concern, but you still gamble with Bland. Is all I'm saying. You do gamble a little bit with Bland, and I'd really love to see more of. I want Gilmore back. I'd want Gilmore back for another year.
And it looks that way now that we get losing Jordan Lewis, and thank you, Jordan Lewis. Like that's a big loss because that's a cowboy right there, boy. Jordan Lewis is a straight up cowboy. It looks more like we're aiming to get Gilmore. Nobody's picked him up yet. Nobody's picked him up, so that looks like it's on the bright side. There's just all these stuff that we're scared of. We already have it in the building, and you know what? Who else we have in the damn building that would have a full off season to practice at it? Our fucking middle linebacker. He's in the building.
Who?
A middle linebacker.
Who?
He wears 11.
No.
They just slapped that damn tag on him for DN for his 5th year option, which is really meaningless because he's never going to see that 5th year option.
Oh hell no, he's
going to get signed first. Like I don't even know what the purpose of that was, but story for another day. But man, no, man. Listen,
that's wishful thinking. Michael Parsons already said he ain't gonna play no damn linebacker. He ain't playing linebacker.
Jesse Holly said he ain't gonna play linebacker.
And the fact is, if he's gonna do this, he needs to gain another 30 pounds. Because everybody who's the top defensive end at his position, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, Nick Bosa, all these guys got 30 pounds on him. He needs to put on that weight if we're really gonna stick him in that spot.
Agreed.
Because he can't do it for 17 games. We've seen it.
Yeah,
we've seen it.
He disappeared like D were in the last 4 games of the season.
Light in the
He needs
ass.
to stack on another 30 pounds.
Light in the ass.
Him and Monty Smith, both of them need to stack back that weight on.
You're like when Christmas comes, he just needs to rock those tamales, man.
Because the D line too.
I'm gonna quit giving y'all these terms, light in the ass and mollywopped.
Light in the ass.
Hey, man.
I believe I said it first, but that's up for discussion.
It's up for discussion, shit. But anyway, I'm tired of you trying to take my thunder, Mikey. Okay. Look, man. Okay. You can see this.
Got it riled up, man.
Say, well, yeah, dude. I don't know. I guess it's a more a build up over the years, you know, that got me more frustrating than actually was happening right now. I think it's the build up, just the expectations of us making moves. And you know, Jerry used to be the riverboat gambler, you know, or in case Mikey to help Mikey out, Steven used to be the riverboat gambler, and you know, we used to go out and do things anymore. Now 21. I know you're not as riled up as the big fella and as Brew. So Armando, do you have a solution or an alternative that Cowboy fans could look forward to?
Man, I'm trying to search for that solution, man. And one thing I know you guys talked about was Ruth talked about bringing back Gilmore, and I'm with that because I feel like a lot of us are putting our trust in coming off of injury. What's his name? Trayvon Diggs. That's the serious injury he's coming off of. Same thing with Overshown. These are injuries that you just can't come off of. Just like that. So we're banking on those two, and it's tough. But if we're really gonna do something, we need to get that O line fixed. And if it's through the draft, then it's through the draft. I know Mikey said there's an abundance in that draft this season, so we got to get that O-line fixed if we're really gonna bank on that. And then if we really want our quarterback to succeed this season, which we're hoping, but again, we need a playoff quarterback. We don't need a regular season quarterback. There you go, Mikey.
Hey, so corner, do you have a solution to the issues that these us Cowboy fans? I know me, I have a problem right now. So do you have a solution for me? Do you have medication that I need? Well, I am in Denver. I can stop at the store, the green plus sign, to get some medication. But any other than that, do you have a solution?
No, the solution is the Dallas Cowboys here in the next coming weeks. They need to get some line depth. They need to get some linebacker depth. It ain't going to look pretty. It ain't going to look sexy. It's going to be those bridge players, all right? The second thing is they have to hit on the draft. Easier said than done. Don't reach. And the only thing that I'm scared of, and this is legit, and I'm in limbo. I don't want Dak Prescott extended, right? I want him to earn that next extension.
What day is it, corner?
Day 49.
Day 49, baby.
At the same time, though, here's what I'm thinking.
Number.
Like, if the Dallas Cowboys don't extend Dak Prescott, quarterback, and I hear, this is just me hearing things, that the Dallas Cowboys scouts were at Bo Nix's pro day.
So
this is my fear. Listen, Mr. So, listen, check this out.
Isn't he like 30?
If they don't extend Prescott, I don't want Jerry doing something stupid and drafting Bo Nix in the first round.
Paxton
Because
Lynch.
you have to look at what the trend is here. And the trend is there's crickets between Todd France and the Dallas Cowboys. So let's backtrack here. Let's get back on track. So they have to get those bridge players signed. They have to hit on the draft. Easier said than done. All right. You sign your draft class when you get the Michael Gallup money. That's how you sign your draft class, with that money. Then you have to go in there in training camp, and you have to go watch other teams. Who they going to cut? Who's at risk? This, that, and the third. What rookie's beating out what veteran? Is there a David Irvin out there? And you get those needs, and you fill that in. I'm going to say something that's going to piss you off.
Okay.
Player acquisition is 365 days.
Yes,
Today
sir.
is just the second day of legal tampering. We got a long way to go to week 1. So
Yes,
the plan
sir.
is hold on to the roller coaster.
And be careful with the news. Relax and chill.
Rue, do you have a solution?
You just opened up a can of worms for me. Are you telling me that we're looking at Bo Nix day 2? Sorry, forget it. We'll come back to that later. My solution.
We're gonna get a running back in that spot.
You really just threw me a curve with that. I didn't know that. Are you telling me that we're going for Bo Nix in day 2 with all the shit we got going on, and the fact that we already have 3 quarterbacks on this roster? One you already gave up a 4th rounder for, that you historically do well in. It's kind of annoying.
Yep.
But
Oh my God.
now you're telling me Bo Nix. Day 2 guy, yeah.
Let that go. Let that go. Rue.
That's messing with me right now. Let
that go. Let that part
mess
go.
me up with that. But okay, so my solution. There's only really one solution, but it's just not a realistic solution because I'd have to kill them both. But we need a GM in this organization. That's really what we need to actually get a solution and actually fix it. We have to have a GM. We have to have somebody who's going to have a fire lit under his ass with every decision that he makes. I don't care what you say about that shit, bro. I don't care. I don't care. This 30 years of fucking disappointment, and you're like completely satisfied with it because you've had 12 win seasons the last 3 years. Need I remind you, you lost to the youngest team since the fucking merger to win a playoff game, and we're over here just forgiving them like it was nothing. Nothing was held in terms of accountability for this fucking roster or this team whatsoever. Chris said it at the very beginning of the damn show. Once that clock hit 0, we ain't done shit, but get worse.
Well, you have a point there.
So I say all that to say this. The real solution for this team is if these guys are going to actually get paid, there's going to be a lot that rides on Dak Prescott's shoulders this year because it very well looks like it's going to be what we're going to run with what we've got. We're going to rely on the draft. We're going to make minimal picks just like Corner said, and he's going to have to carry us through. That's the bottom line. And he's going to have to be the $60 million man that he claims to be. And the fact of the matter is, man, we saw what we saw from Patrick Mahomes, which should piss a lot of people off because he literally did what he was able to do in a year where you really thought this was the year to beat him. And he pulled it off and won the Super Bowl with a bunch of guys who kept dropping balls all year long. I'm not saying that Dak Prescott's Patrick Mahomes, but you get paid like him. So you're going to get compared to him when it comes to results and what happens in these playoffs. And the fact of the matter is your road to the playoffs, through the playoffs on this side of the bracket is not nearly as hard. It's not nearly as hard. It's not. As a whole, really, it's San Francisco and everybody else. That's what they've showed us. That's what they've showed us the past couple seasons. All I want to know, is it going to be the same old shit? And honestly, from by all accounts, from what it looks like, it very well could be a drop-off year while everybody else around you is getting better, except for one. But
did you answer the question though?
The question, I don't have a new GM. If I'm really totally, I want a new GM, and they're gonna have to step up and show out. That's really what it is. If they're gonna get, because they're all gonna get paid, then that's what scares me more than anything. All these guys are gonna get paid, so I mean, shit, they're gonna have to earn that money at the end of the day. That's really all that can happen. That's gonna be positive for this team. They're gonna have to be what their pay structure says they are. Hopefully, it comes true.
Mikey, Mikey, what is your solution? I know we all got different solutions. What's yours, brother?
Our solutions are the players that we have. Basically for a long time, Micah Parsons has been the number one defensive player in the league for the last since he's been in the league. You can say either or, you know what I mean? But at points of the time that he's played, he's been the best defensive player in the league, which is a plus multiplier until they started running it up our ass. Right now, I believe CeeDee Lamb is the best wide receiver in the league just because of results, and he's the number one first team All-Pro. And the second team All-Pro quarterback, we got to ride on the guys we got, and we got to, it sucks to say we got patchwork around it, but that's what happens when you draft the way we drafted. And we've been hitting on some of these draft picks. We could get, I've told you, we need the great value versions of what we want. And Grover Stewart is not Chris Jones, but his measurables are there. And I'm going to keep doing that. And then the guys, we got to let our guys play. That's something I like about Mike McCarthy. And he's going to let Brock Hoffman play. He's going to let Corner just mentioned the TJ Bass play. And they're going to bank on this draft once again. We got to re-sign Gilmore just to help bolster what we could have had last year and maybe capture that magic. But we got to bank on the great players that we have. We had a Cardinal fan on here last week, and I told you, and it's hilarious because they beat us. But think about their cupboard opposed to our cupboard. And if they're going to be the man, they got to be the man, and they're going to get paid like it. They got to be the plus multipliers. Dak Prescott, and shut up the damn Micah. For real. I know there's bigger holes. The middle linebacker is the huge gaping hole because they're killing us up the middle. I want to see what Mozzie Smith turns into.
A bust.
A whole full season in a new system, because what did Chris kept saying? There he was used different in a different system. What so and he's a strong kid, he's a freak. Give him an off season of professional weight training with that staff, working with the athletic coaches they have on technique, everything. Don't just shut the door on Mozzie. Let's get guys. Let's get depth. We've been great at getting depth. We forget who we got. We got players, guys. It sucks. I'm the one that was our intelligence. I'm not gonna drink the Kool-Aid or not, but we just can't be that all of us. I gotta go against the grain with you guys. And if I gotta be the beacon of positivity and I've been the doom and gloom guy for the most part this offseason, then so motherfucking be it.
All right. Well, this is my rebuttal. I don't know why I'm rebutting you today. We just got difference of opinion today.
Oh, that's
my
good.
my
that means we got a show.
My big thing that you said is the Cowboys is going to be shopping the great value in free agency. This is my problem. We're the Dallas fucking Cowboys. We're the New York Yankees. We're the Los Angeles Lakers. We're the Manchester United. We are Real Madrid. We are the Dallas fucking Cowboys. That's number one. So when you have that staple of being America's team and that fucking organization, great value is not good enough, bro. It's never good enough. So that's the frustration that I'm having, because we are shopping great value. I wrote the shit down. Great value. What?
I get it.
It doesn't have the same flavor. It's there, but it doesn't have that same flavor.
No, but the thing is, not all our ingredients are great value, boss.
Give me a second. But we shopping great value. You just said that, Mikey. You just said that. The Cowboy, who's the player that you named? That's exactly what I'm saying. I can't remember him because he ain't doing shit for me.
When we get him, all right,
he's not going to do shit for us. We tried that shit with Alfred Morris, remember? Great value. You remember?
Hey, he hit that home run against the Rams, boy.
Exactly. Great value. All I'm saying is, man, the Cowboys organization is too valuable and too important to the NFL to be shopping fucking great value. That's the problem. Any rebut to my rebuttal?
Hey, I do.
Let me
go ahead, Corner.
Because
go ahead.
Let me rebut to it, because you mentioned Real Madrid, you mentioned Manchester United, you mentioned the Lakers and the Yankees. They don't have salary caps. This salary cap is meant for everything to be equal in a way. There's not one team that's spending more than the other. I don't give a shit how much you kick the can. It's still gonna bite you in the ass sooner or later. And not all our ingredients in our table is the great value. We're just getting the side dishes, great value. You can't have everything prime rib, shrimp, freaking crab legs. You can't.
Yes, we can.
We already got prime rib on the table.
Yes,
we already got rack of lamb, CD lamb. No pun intended.
You know what?
I won't fucking prime rib.
We got lion. We got lion on the table. And we got to pay for those things. Those things took all our budget for our appetite. And we have that luxury, unless you're ready to give that up, to get not as much as you have already. And I think the biggest piece, and I know that Corner would probably agree with, is our quarterback is probably too much for what we're getting.
Way too much.
Go ahead, Corner.
No, my thing was pretty short and sweet. When you're on a budget and Dallas Cowboys salary cap is looking a little poor, you qualify for food stamps. Can you buy great
No,
value?
you can't be the richest team in the league and qualify for food stamps. What the
Can you use your food stamps to buy great value? I think you can.
Hell,
It's
you
all
come to
the
the
same stuff.
What you know about that?
Hey, I had it as a kid, dog. That's how we ate, and we qualified for free lunch because of it.
Yay, yay.
21. You got any comment on the great value?
Say, you know, I tell you what, there's some great value out there that's pretty good, man. So you know, I ain't gonna lie, man. I got some fucking what I got in the freezer, the great value sausage patties, and them motherfuckers make a good SOS on the weekend. So
Yeah, dude, Aldi's ain't bad. I like Aldi's. If you guys got an Aldi's, I fuck with Aldi's.
So the Cowboys are Aldi's.
There's some good great value out there. You know,
we got some Costco too. We got Costco in our refrigerator, Chris.
Chris said, yeah, we got a Costco, right? But you know, I'm with Corner. You know, we're I guess we're just gonna wait it out, see what's going on, and you know, these next coming weeks, and you know, I feel like we're gonna make some moves. You know, not the splash moves that we expect as Cowboy fans, but you know, regardless, I think we do need some patchwork done though.
Can I ask each of you guys a question? Because there's hurt here. Let's hurt. Chris, I probably know the question, but which shoe that fell this free agent week or day hurt the most? Which one?
Patrick Queen.
Mondo?
Yeah, I'm about to go with the linebacker. You know, any of the linebackers. You know, Patrick Queen was a big one that you guys kept preaching, and so that's definitely. I wasn't really to the running backs.
No, running backs we're gonna get them in the draft. What about you, Rue? What about you?
I mean, there was a couple, but it really was Patrick Queen because I really thought we had the chance to get Patrick Queen. I thought it was actually a realistic option, for what he would do to our defense. I really thought it would be. I thought it would change life instantly just having his presence, just because of what he was able to do in Baltimore. Baltimore has a stout ass defense, and for whatever reason, cap casualty, call it whatever you will, they chose another guy over him. I still take him because he was still relevant before the guys that were around him, and he was a pretty big piece of that defense. So I'm not if I was going to take anybody at the most crucial position, that was the guy that I wanted.
Damn it! And you know who you could blame for that shit, Rue? The motherfucking Broncos. Because they are paying the rest of Russell Wilson's fucking salary, those 30 whatever million, and the Steelers are paying the veteran minimum for Russell Wilson, which gives them the leverage and the bank to get that Queen. What about you, Corner? What shoe fell?
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. You know, every Tuesday we do the Frisco report, and after the season, me and Joe, we go straight to the draft. We don't look at free agency. I knew what players were there, obviously, because you know we're football fans, but not one player surprised me or I wanted. So because I knew it was in 3 weeks, that's the guy I need to look at.
I got to tell you, I'm glad you brought that up because I got a question. If we're so focused on the draft, where are these dudes at? And I know that they billionaires or whatever, but bro, you're telling me that these guys are gonna, and I'm coming right back to it. You're telling me these guys are looking at Bo Nix in the second round because that's
First
what day
round
he's coming
round. They're at his pro day.
If we're talking spending our first round pick on Bo Nix, how confident are we on this draft?
I think that's posturing. Honestly, that sounds like more negotiation tactics to fuck with
outside of that, we
Dak
don't
Prescott.
even have that much draft capital. We're on the back end of the draft all throughout the draft. All throughout the draft. We're on the back half. We're in the back half. We're in the last quarter of the draft. All throughout it. We only have 7 picks. Yeah. And by all accounts, man, we didn't get anything out of the draft last year. And if we got things like this floating around just because of everything that's going on with Dak Prescott, I mean, dude, we got 24, 56, 88. You got a consimpatory pick in the 5th, 6th, and then 7th round. We got some picks. We don't have that much draft capital. We gave up our 4th. If we don't hit on all 3 of these first 3 rounds that we have in this draft,
we got red shirts, bro.
But do have red shirts.
This
we have
is their
one
plan, though, Rue. This is their plan. You're looking at Dak. So here's the problem. Like, what made me so mad this whole entire offseason was every single negotiation tactic is Dak Prescott has. Dak Prescott is forcing the Dallas Cowboys in a corner. And no, they're not. They could sit on that 6. That's been my whole stance. And I want Dak Prescott to earn it. So here's my whole thing with this. And they're building for the future. It might not look like it now, but they are building for the future. It's the opposite of what Jerry said. Because if you look at this as a whole, right now they've had to borrow money from Dak Prescott's salary, turn that into, signing bonus and relieve cap. So now they're forced, quote unquote, forced to extend him, right? So in 4 years, when Dak takes another 4-year deal, we're going to be in the exact same boat at a 35-year-old quarterback with a probably 2-9 playoff record. Then we're going to be back in the same boat. Oh, we have to extend him. The quarterback market's $80 million. The Cowboys, I think, really have had enough. And they're going to eat this, and they're going to eat $30 million in dead money versus eating $60 million if they restructure. So Cowboys are looking at this. It sucks. I know. Bringing back Mike McCarthy was stupid. Signing Mike Zimmer was a 1-year deal. To a 1-year deal was the writing on the wall. It's a lame duck season for Mike McCarthy. They're not doing him any favors. But they're putting the chips in McCarthy. They're putting the chips on Dak. And they're saying, you guys got to figure this out. That's what it boils down to.
It's all in for the players and the coach. That's what it was all in for.
Can I make an analogy on the energy that we got right now? Right. The energy that we got. So, I'm not going to brag or whatever, but, I made good. These last 2 years. And in my taxes, I fucking owe. Right?
Me too.
I fucking owe, and it is what it is. And me, I see this baby mama with like 10 kids and shit getting back her tax refund, right? And she at Walmart getting big screen TV, she on Facebook getting all this shit. And I'm just looking at this shit with this fucking pissed off energy, not really realizing in the day long run, I'm the one to fucking getting my figures and I'm doing good, but watching that payoff, and this is us as Cowboy fans watching these broke ass motherfuckers that this is the only payoff they get, spending their money unwisely on these fucking players, overpaying for these players, and then at the end they still motherfucking broke. But we don't realize that. We're just seeing what they're spending and what they're getting. So that I think that's the closest thing to the energy that I feel that all y'all got right now, because it's pissing you off. You're seeing everybody get shit, and we ain't getting shit. But we're the ones doing good. We're doing well. We're not as good as we were last year, but we got money in the bank.
We're not seeing those flashy I guess signings that everybody was hoping for. So, it is what it is. But
I'm getting sick and tired of your broken promises.
I think it's just there's a lot of Eagle fans in here, so I'm going to bring this up real quick. Going to the Super Bowl, what do you win? What do you win when you just go to the Super Bowl? What do you win?
Your conference championship ring. That's
okay. Well, what do you win when you get to the Super Bowl?
You don't win jack shit.
If you don't win shit,
you don't win nothing going to the Super Bowl. You have to win the Super Bowl.
You
come in here and talk about Hurts got him to a Super Bowl and Dak didn't. All right, Eagle fans, you are still a loser.
Yep.
Just like the Dallas Cowboys. So stop all that nonsense in there. Die, Eagles, die, and have fun with Kellen Moore. Guys, thank you guys for having me. I'm gonna hop off here. Thanks, guys.
Corner, appreciate
you. It's gonna be a pleasure. Hey, dude. You know what's up, Michael?
Shout out, man. Cowboys Corner, man. Fellas.
So
the big fella got some computer
Let's say,
issues, man.
he got some
I think the
computer
big fella
issues,
got
but like
booted.
it sucks, man. It does suck. We had our hopes. We had our high in the pie apple sky hopes, but this is the we're back to the mean, man, and we know what it is. I get it, Rue. I get your energy. I'm not here to bust your chops and be your contrarian all the damn time. I feel you, dog. I feel you. But then we got some motherfuckers in the draft running 4 fucking 3. There's 9 of these motherfuckers, dog. 9 of these. They're there. We go to swap meet. We're going to swap meet. We're gonna get these guys. And the thing is, we get a pick. There's 1 out of 32 that we get. And then again, at least for 2 rounds, we got plug and play players.
I mean, I want to see it. I do. But I have a problem when we were already blaming O-line and things of that nature last season. Now we got holes and we're thinking that everything's just going to be fine. Dak Prescott's going to continue on doing what he's doing. And the fact is, man, most teams that make the playoffs one year don't make the playoffs the next year. The fact that the Cowboys have been able to consistently at least go for the last 2 seasons, that's been an anomaly in itself. It's not like we've been going to the playoffs just every year for the last 10 years. We haven't. And we sure as hell haven't been successful in these playoff appearances either. You can stay in the basement, and I'm not disagreeing that a lot of free agent pickups do fall out and fade, but there was a lot of younger guys that we could have got from this free agency pool. There's so much talent that has been absorbed in the NFL. These guys are hitting on different areas in the draft where guys that maybe didn't get an opportunity here are getting opportunities here. You telling me that we're not developing these players? And there was younger guys that were available. And yes, I understand that the draft is what it is. And these guys, I mean, they definitely have to bounce back from what they gave us last year. But the more I think about it, and I agree, and my computer kind of came in and out, so I didn't hear everything that he said. But if they're just going to put their chips all in on Dak, he's going to have to show us a whole hell of a lot this year with what's available to him. Because this is basically like we've hinted at this for a while now. This is what it's like when your cap hit is this large. You want to keep doing this, or you want to play ball and let's figure something out, put some pieces around you. But even as I say that, I think about what Chris says all the time. We had these dudes on rookie deals and did nothing. We had these guys on rookie deals and did nothing. So if it pans out one of 2 ways. We've either held on to Dak Prescott for too long, and this is that, hey, this is on you now year. Or once he moves on, he's going to be that dude that just takes that next step with somebody else, or he ends up like Kirk Cousins and he's just traveling around the league getting paid whenever somebody needs a quarterback.
Hey, big ups to Kirk Cousins, man.
Kirk Cousins got paid, baby.
He's a businessman. He's a businessman.
Coming off an Achilles. Good for him. I'm not even mad. But
dude, homeboys, nobody's gotten so much guaranteed money by anybody. If anybody you're happy for is corny ass Kirk Cousin, or is it Kirk? Whatever.
He's gonna go to Atlanta and get himself a grill and everything.
Oh shit, he's gonna be all.
He already got the grill.
What's up, Mondo? What's up, Mondo? Like what is it? Like, what's the vibe? Like, what does this make you feel? And what's your remedy, big dog?
I mean, I'm a Cowboy fan for life. That's first and foremost. We've been through tough times, but I think we wanted to see something. And we didn't get it. We wanted at least a tease, and we didn't get nothing. So you're frustrated. I'm frustrated. It just brings frustration, But at the end of the day, we roll with what we got. We have a lot of time before the season starts. and so there's still time to see what they do, and I'm optimistic. I think we're still the better team in the division. The teams around us, yes, they got players and all that, but it's nothing where I'm like, wow, you got a hurt running back, you got a running back who gets hurt all the time. The Commanders pretty much just got all our leftovers, all the scrap metal that we had left over. Giants are Giants are Giants. They really don't do
They
nothing.
still
So
got Daniel Jones in that contract
yeah,
without Saquon.
and I think they're gonna get a quarterback, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes in the draft. But so I still think we're at the top of the division. And I'm good with that. The Dak situation is what kind of it's kind of iffy. Obviously I want this man to take us to a Super Bowl. I want us to win a Super Bowl. Is he gonna be that dude? I feel like he's got to earn it now, man. We went through some ups and downs with Dak. We've seen some games, some games that broke us. That 49er game, so it's time to earn. It's time to earn that check, man. And I'm good with no extension. Let's eat that
Wow.
dead money and let's do it.
See,
Bring up Chris.
that's a big risk. But if Todd France is playing ball with Jerry and selling, going hardball with Jerry, then a lot should be put on Dak Prescott. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. He has to be that plus multiplier. So it has to go on him. And there's still a lot of negativity surrounding him because of the way he crapped himself in the playoffs. So we got to move forward, obviously. You can't just let him in, right, Rue? There's still this reluctance and this hurt that is well deserved, and this animosity and angst with our football team because of their showing or their lack of showing. And I get it, Rue. I really do, because I put the screws on and I said it, and we got to make a show, and we got to have our opinions, so we drive it. Our team is going to be what it is, and it's a process. All right, I guess the top tier guys are out of the way. So let's see these mid-level, affordable guys, not the great value guys. We're just saying that for figure of speech. But value is a good thing. Value is not a bad thing. Value is getting the bang for your buck, the production for what you pay for, not overpaying and then having your running back pull his hamstring. I'm not talking about anybody particular, but that happens, and that's prone to happen. Getting the bang for your buck up, they'll fill the holes, and we'll just let our team be. But we still have a lot. We have our own valuable pieces in the cupboard. So guys, I got to get out of here. It's been a long day for me. But I want people to, if they don't know, Chris has done his own podcast. It's called Conversations with Chris. It's an intimate expose of different content creators and sports creators, and it's going to be a weekly thing. Mondo has something in the works. Rue has something in the works. I have something personal in the works. We're trying to blow up this Cowboy network, not just podcast. And we appreciate you guys liking, subscribing. And there's the big man, and he could tell you a little bit more of his episode with Sneaky G, man, and how interesting it was and what a good job he did with his expose. And as for me, I got something going with my son. It's gonna be great. But just help us build. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, and because we're doing our things, and we're doing it not just for us but for you, and we would appreciate your support. And if you like us, tell your friends about us for sure. It's nothing but love. Bear down. I love y'all. And close this show out. Chris, talk a little bit about your interview with Sneaky as I get off, man. I appreciate you guys. Nothing but love, Bubba's. Nothing but love.
All right, guys, man. I apologize for my computer literally just shut down on me. it literally just went dark 30 on me. It was just like, I'm done. I'm sick of the Cowboy Up podcast, and that's what my computer did. And I apologize. So I'm doing this from my phone. But yeah, man. The series I'm doing is basically content creators. Just not just Cowboy fans, all content creators, and we're just going to discuss what made them content creators and get in depth. If you want to go back and check out the last interview, me and Sneaky G, I think we went almost 2 hours just having a conversation about life. And so that's what I'm trying to do. Like Mikey said, Rue's working on something, 21 is working on something, and it's all going to be on this YouTube channel. So, man, hey, if you can like, subscribe, man, you're going to catch all this content, because the Cowboy Up podcast is not just me. It's not just Armando. It's just not just Rue, and it's just not Mikey. It's all of us together. So because we put out different branches don't mean we broke off the tree. This tree is strong, and we're going to be here forever.
Yes, sir.
So, hey, once again, thank you for joining us. 21, unfortunately, I can't give us an outro today because I'm on my phone, but you got to end it for us. Hey, man, like we always say, Dallas Cowboys for life.
Puro pinches Cowboys, y'all. Check us out.
Peace.
Peace.
Let's go.